What if I told you that El Salvador just became the first country in history to make Bitcoin legal tender, and their Bitcoin holdings are now worth over $500 million in profit? Sounds impossible, right? Before we continue, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because here on the Salvador Shift, we uncover the truths that mainstream media won't show you. Today, we're counting down 10 things about El Salvador's financial revolution that will completely change how you see this small Central American nation. And trust me, number 1 will leave you speechless. Number 10. Starting at number 10, El Salvador eliminated all taxes on foreign income, technology innovation, and Bitcoin profits. This might sound normal to you, but here's what most people don't realize. This turned the country into a tax haven for tech entrepreneurs and digital nomads overnight, creating a Silicon Valley in Central America. Have you ever stopped to think how this would work in your own country? Asterisk. But that was just the beginning. Number 9. They bought Bitcoin when everyone said it was crashing, accumulating over 5,800 BTC through strategic purchases. Now, this is where things start getting interesting. While the world was busy predicting Bitcoin's death, El Salvador was quietly dollar-cost averaging their way into one of the most profitable government investments in modern history. Would you take that kind of risk if you were in charge? Wait until you hear what happened next. Number 8. At number 8, the IMF warned them, threatened them, and tried to force them to abandon Bitcoin. El Salvador said no. Here's the part that nobody talks about. By standing firm against the International Monetary Fund, they proved that small nations don't have to bow to international financial pressure. They rejected a $1.3 billion loan rather than compromise their vision. Can you imagine your government doing something this bold? This part will shock you. Number 7. Number 7. They built geothermal Bitcoin mining facilities powered by volcanoes, literal volcano energy mining Bitcoin. Now, I need you to pay attention because this changes everything. They turned their natural volcanic activity into a renewable energy source for mining, creating what they call volcano bonds to fund infrastructure. The Salvador Shift has been following this story since day one, and what we discovered was that they're mining Bitcoin with 100% clean energy while most of the world still debates renewable solutions. Would you support this in your hometown? But hold on, because number 6 is even crazier. Number 6. Coming in at number 6, they launched the Chivo wallet and gave every citizen $30 in Bitcoin for free. This is the moment when 3 million Salvadorans got instant access to digital banking. People started to realize that you don't need a traditional bank account to participate in the global economy. How would you feel if this happened where you live? And if you think that's intense, wait until you hear number 5. Number 5. Halfway through at number 5, remittances, the money Salvadorans abroad send home, dropped from 7% fees to nearly zero. This is where the story takes a dark turn. Traditional money transfer companies like Western Union were making billions off the backs of poor families. Not everyone was celebrating. In fact, these legacy financial institutions lobbied hard against El Salvador's Bitcoin law. Do you think they made the right choice, or went too far? But that was just the beginning of the real transformation. Number 4. Number 4, they're building Bitcoin City, a cryptocurrency-powered metropolis with zero income tax, funded entirely by Bitcoin bonds. By now, the world was watching. Architects, investors, and crypto enthusiasts from everywhere started paying attention to this futuristic city planned at the base of a volcano. But here's what the Salvador Shift uncovered that others missed. They're using blockchain technology for everything from property records to business licenses, creating a completely transparent government system. Would you trust your country to do something this revolutionary? This part will shock you even more. Number 2, the Bitcoin profit isn't being hoarded, they're using it to build schools, hospitals, and a massive pet hospital for rescued animals. Okay, this is where it gets personal. Maria, a single mother from San Salvador, can now receive money from her son in the US instantly and for free. Carlos, a small business owner, accepted his first international payment without a bank. Real people, real lives, real consequences. What would you sacrifice for this kind of change? And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Number 1 is not just shocking, it's going to make you question everything you thought you knew. Number 1. And finally, number 1. While Wall Street's biggest banks lost billions in 2023, El Salvador's Bitcoin treasury gained hundreds of millions, outperforming Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and the entire traditional finance system. Let that sink in. A country that was told they were making the biggest mistake in economic history just proved that believing in decentralized currency over centralized banking can actually work. This isn't just about El Salvador anymore. This is about whether small nations can chart their own financial destiny without permission from global institutions. Are we witnessing the beginning of something that will change the world? This is why we do what we do here on the Salvador Shift, to bring you the stories that matter, the truths that challenge, and the futures that inspire. So there you have it. 10 things about how El Salvador outsmarted Wall Street that prove El Salvador is not just a country, it's a movement. If this shocked you, wait until you see what we're uncovering next week. Drop a comment below. Would your country ever be brave enough to try something like this, or are they too controlled by traditional finance? And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, because the shift is real, and you don't want to miss what happens next.